Hello everyone, and I know that everybody at the moment is focused on COVID-19 and really just trying to survive through the lockdown and just the whole pandemic as it is. And when I say survive, I mean personally, in business and in industry as a whole. So today I've got Placement Partner, Martin from Placement Partner. Placement Partner is a recruitment software business which has over 20 years in the recruitment industry. And Martin has really thought about how he wants to support his clients and recruiters in general on how to work through this pandemic and get to the other side stronger and not just surviving, but thriving. So without further ado, I wanted to introduce Martin. Martin, please do tell us about yourself.
Thank you, Shirley. Thanks for that intro. And as you said, yes, I'm the managing director of Placement Partner. I've been involved in South African recruitment for 20 years now, and we have a very strong connection, and we feel very strongly about improving recruitment in South Africa as a whole. And of course, this pandemic has caused quite a lot of uncertainty and a lot of stress amongst all of our clients and amongst the recruiters in general. Never mind all businesses. But of course, our interest lies in the recruitment industry, and we want to do everything possible to assist and to strengthen our clients through this difficult time. So hence this initiative. We want to try and do our bit to assist our clients and ensure that we all come out stronger at the end of it.
Awesome. And how is it that, Martin, you are able to give these insights to recruiters out there?
We feel that we've spent quite a bit of time in this field. We have learned a lot about recruitment in the past 2 decades. A lot of that learning comes from dealing with hundreds of clients, and they've been really good at first of all giving us what they want from a system and what they need from Placement Partner, and in that way we've got a real good understanding of how their businesses work and what makes them tick. So we feel that through all these lessons in the past 20 years, we have some tips that may be relevant in this situation, and we can share those with them, and also share some of the changes and some of the preparations we've done within our own team in order to see us through this process.
Yeah, and I think one of the things that make Placement Partner truly unique is that it's built around the recruitment needs of South Africans, right? And I think South Africa is a rocky terrain. We all know that. So I do know from experience working with you guys for the many years that I have that that you've weathered the storms well with your teams and with your clients as well. So it's fantastic. Maybe this is a good time for you to just tell us a little bit more about this initiative. I know that you had sort of labeled it fuel up, warm up, be ready, and then keep going. So what is that based on? Where did the thinking come from?
Yeah, the thinking came from an analogy that came to my mind with regards to what happens in motorsport racing. The fact that every now and then there's an incident on track and they would introduce a safety car, and that would just slow the whole race. And I'm seeing this lockdown as a similar kind of slowdown. There's a safety car, and all businesses are sitting behind it, and we're all going slowly, and we're all waiting for the safety car to pull back into the pit so we can get back to racing. And I guess why this analogy comes to mind is because I've got a bit of a soft spot for motorsport as well, and I do a bit of racing myself. And I'm doing none of that right now in this lockdown, so that's adding to my cabin fever. But
yeah, like I said, we're all trying to struggle through this, both personally and business. So definitely get that.
So that's the thinking behind it, and that's how this initiative came about. And yes, the different phases really of the fuel up and the warm up and the preparation behind the safety car, and then putting yourself in a position to be, to have the strongest chance of survival once the safety car is out of the way, once the lockdown is out of the way. We all know as business people that once we start returning to normality, there's going to be a spike in demand. There's going to be demand from all companies to hire individuals. There's going to be possibly demand from a whole lot of candidates that maybe have their positions have changed. Some may have lost their positions. Some may have changed their direction altogether. So as South African recruiters, I think it's just very important to be prepared for that. And if you're well prepared, then you should be able to get the most out of this opportunity and really capitalize on it.
Yeah. And I know that over the next couple of weeks, we've got time to speak to Ronald, who is your director, Nolene, operations, as well as some of your sales teams, and they're going to take us through parts of the initiative that you have. But today we specifically wanted to speak about Fuel Up. What does Fuel Up mean to you?
Yeah, so it's really the first step, and in even in normal business days, I know that myself and my team, we need to refuel, whether it be just have some lunch or get our minds off of things, and we need to constantly keep ourselves topped up so that we can offer a good service to our clients, and obviously to be good team members. Now, in this particular situation, it's everybody's at home, and what are the ways of getting prepared? How can you prepare yourself? And in terms of this analogy, where is the fuel being depleted? Where are we short on fuel? And I think I'll jump into it in terms of, I think it's safe to say that business confidence as a whole has taken a knock, and that is it's a significant factor, and especially on the recruitment front, where a whole lot of positions would have been put on hold. So I think our clients and recruiters in general in South Africa are feeling depleted. They're feeling like their confidence has been knocked, and I guess in order to so that's one factor that is being depleted. Another area, which is again quite self-explanatory in why it would have happened, is general communication with your team members, with your clients, and with your candidates has decreased, due to the simple reason that, again, everybody's sitting at home, isolated, and human contact has decreased. And another maybe the final area that comes to mind is that the ability to share information within the office and the ability to communicate pertinent information about candidates and clients within the office is also being affected. So that's where I see this, where obviously our fuel has been depleted in everyday running of businesses.
So what advice would you give to recruiters now? What can they do to refuel?
Well, I think the obvious answer to this is contact your clients, contact your candidates, and of course stay in touch with your team members. I think it's absolutely vital to do that on a regular basis. You know, this is something that we have gone through as our team in Placement Partner, and we've really concentrated on making sure that we have a continual open channel of communication. We've got a couple of Skype groups. We're doing continual Zoom calls and speaking to each other and discussing the issues that everybody is having through this period. And there's plenty of issues. You can imagine being confined to your home environment with kids running around and everybody trying to work. But it's so important to keep your team close through this period in order to be able to build up their confidence and to get the most out of them, because it's really vital that your team members are able to work remotely and are able to share this business information and try and continue on the path. So that's the obvious answer is speak to your team constantly and make sure that everybody is in a as good a space or frame of mind as possible. And of course the next step is your candidates and your clients. Your clients are feeling the same. They also are lacking a lot of human interaction. They're lacking the normal interactions that they would have had with you. And the way to you know, counter that is to get in contact with them. You know, contact them, set up online meetings, discuss their requirements, discuss their situation and what they foresee happening in the near future, so that you're able to prepare correctly. And the same applies with candidates. You know, getting hold of these candidates that have been specifically difficult to get hold of pre-lockdown period. You might get a better chance speaking to them now and finding out what their requirements are. So this kind of refueling is vital. If you do this carefully and correctly, you will put yourself in a much better position when the lockdown is over and when we start returning to the way we used to do business. So that's something that those are just tips that I'd like to share with you. Another area, and this is something that I've seen a lot of our current clients are doing, is they're doing some quality assurance and quality control on their existing databases. I think it's vital to actually look at your classifications and make sure that you're you know, filing things away correctly, and knowing what your databases are made up of. It's a perfect opportunity to do a little bit more research and search the post boxes and the ad response databases, knowing what kind of people you have and what talent you have at your fingertips. So that's something that just makes sense to do, and the whole team can do that, you know. So if everybody is successfully set up and working remotely and has access to you know, has Wi-Fi or access to the internet, then they should be able to you know, make the database and the system that you're using better. So
Would you say,
yeah.
how would you say the placement partner system is supporting your current clients to be able to do that? So you mentioned a lot of things recruiters should be doing, but now I'm interested how the system is supporting your clients to do that.
Yeah, it's a great question. So it's something that I've been trying to you know, convince more of our clients to do is advertise talent. And I think that now is possibly the best time to do this, because a lot of our clients have really great talented individuals on their databases, and now is the best time to actually cherry pick these individuals and advertise them. And we have it's a very simple interface on Placement Partner. It's not a simple interface, but it works really easily, is where you can select your top talent list, and you can share it either to a newsletter or to an SMS campaign, or you can even link it to your website. And that's so important because, again, it's part of this preparation and refueling, where you're able to provide your clients with, short, concise information about top talent, and let them start thinking from now in terms of, yeah, this is a good IT specialist that I'd like to hire, or this is a good financial director that I'd like to look at. And it could just start the conversation and put you in a position where you're top of mind when the time is right. So that's it's one of the areas, and it's just, to me, an area which can have a massive impact on the current situation. And you might also find that, and I've seen that with some of our clients, that candidates then make contact with you and say, well, how do I get onto your top talent list? What do I need to do? And so that happens as well, because obviously they want to be part of the elite of your advertised talent, and that might just open up opportunities of getting hold of some good quality candidates that you might not have on your system. So that's the one area. Another area is, it's a feature that we've had for a while, is we've got video interviewing on Placement Partner. Our video interviewing works slightly differently. It's not a live interview like we're doing now. It's essentially a template of questions which our clients can set up, and they can send them to a group of candidates, and they can say, tell me about yourself. What are you good at? What are your top skills? And that information then comes back into the system as a candidate interaction, as a video interview, and it gives your team the ability to see what a person looks like, what a person sounds like. Are they confident in the way they speak about what they know? So it's almost like a pre-face-to-face interview, which will hopefully result from something like that. So that is something that many of our clients are using quite well, and I think it's important in this particular area where there's now time to do that. There is the ability to send these questions and almost pre-screen some of these candidates. But if I know some of our clients are also just doing normal Skype or Zoom interviews. That's also fine. That's also part of refueling. You're getting yourselves prepared and ready for action.
What would you say the benefit of investing in all of these things now be for the future?
Well, the benefits of preparation is everything in life, and I think this is just a perfect opportunity to prepare, to be well prepared. The long-term benefits are that you will build stronger and more loyal relationships with clients. You might get new clients on board, depending on how effective you are with your talent advertising. You might reach out to some clients that you never dealt with before, and they will, so opportunity for new relationships. But really, the biggest one is being on top of their list, being their number one choice, so that when we go back to the office, the clients have you in mind to contact and to say, yeah, that candidate we discussed during the quieter period, let's see them, let's get them in our office. So that to me is just makes sense to go through this preparation so that you have a much better opportunity to be successful once the demand is high again.
Yeah, 100%. So thanks so much, Martin. And I think you've really given us some great insight into some of the opportunities that are currently on the horizon and how we could really tap into that space and take advantage of those opportunities. If there were recruiters out there that wanted to make contact and find out more about how you can assist them during this time and beyond that time, what would you say to them? Where would they find you? How can they make contact?
Yeah, surely we're quite easy to find. The simplest way to get hold of us is to go to our website, which is www.placementpartner.com.
Okay.
All the information is on there, or even just Googling Placement Partner should quickly get you to us. And yeah, as I said earlier on, our whole team is working remotely, so we will make sure to get back to you quickly and assist you and schedule a demonstration and show you what the system can do. And also we'll have the ability to get you up and running within the same day as well. So we are, I'm quite confident that we're working remotely as effectively and as efficiently as we were from our own office. And that's a very important thing for me, because we have been promoting our system for the past 2 decades as a fully online system, and the fact that our clients won't really need physical offices. So we have found ourselves in this situation right now. So it's important to note that.
To note that and extend it out to others so that they can really take advantage of the same opportunity that you've put out there to your clients. So thank you so much. So it's www.placementpartner.com. Team are on call and ready and going, just like you said. Communication being 100% key at this time. I know that your team are on board. Communication is high, as you mentioned, is important, and everyone's in contact with their clients. So thanks so much. And yeah, definitely look forward to the next one. Next one's with Ronald, our director. Yep. And we'll be talking about warming up, which will be exciting. Thanks so much, Martin.
That's perfect. Thank you very much, Shirley.
Cheers.
Yes, Ronald is my fellow director who's manning our Cape Town office, and I'm sure he'll have some different and interesting insights.
Absolutely. I know you guys make a great team. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Shirley. All the best.
Cheers.